When one sinner, even one sinner repents, we need to throw a celebration. We need to be seeking and saving the lost. A couple weeks ago, we boxed up meals with the food packing. A lot of you really were here in this room doing that. And those are, as we speak, being sent to Africa. And so thank you for doing that. That's 125,000 meals. But what I didn't tell you, and I saved for today, is this. There were 2 delivery drivers who brought all of that food so that we could package it. So they went to the other end and they were trying to talk to the receptionist, but they didn't speak English. They only spoke Spanish. And so we don't train our receptionists or require them to be bilingual at all. And so she had no idea, okay, what's happening here? Well, Pastor Emer, our Spanish pastor, just happens to have an office right off of our foyer reception area down there. And he heard the struggle. So Pastor Emer comes out, is able to translate, talk to these guys, brought Chad down. And while they're unpacking, you all know where this story is going, but just in case you're new, Pastor Emer has an incredible heart for evangelism. He's incredible. And so these 2, they didn't know Jesus when they got here. But when they left, they knew Jesus. Yes. Can we celebrate? Come on. I mean, how incredible is that? That those 2 guys, they only spoke Spanish. Pastor Emer's office, we've actually been trying to maybe move Pastor Emer's offices a little bit, but maybe now we know the reason why that never happened is because there's 2 Spanish-speaking only guys who are going to come in and be led to Jesus by Pastor Emer. That happened less than 2 weeks ago. Can you believe how God works? And this is what we need to do. We need to pray. Pastor Emer, I know this about him. Every morning when he wakes up, he prays that he can share the gospel with at least one person. He prays for it. So guess what? He goes into the day expecting God to bring him somebody who doesn't know Jesus. Is that part of your daily prayer? Is that God would cause somebody in your life who doesn't know Jesus, or maybe a perfect stranger who doesn't know Jesus, to come into your life. And Pastor Emer, he's just out there. He doesn't care if you just met him 5 minutes ago. He's like, listen, do you need Jesus? Do you know this Jesus? Guess what? You need to. And they said the prayer of salvation right then and there with Chad Heisey and Pastor Emer. I love that story. I wanted to tell it last week, but I thought it fit a little bit better with this week because that's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be seeking and saving the lost. It doesn't matter the situation. People need to know Jesus, and we need to celebrate. So can we practice? Listen, let's celebrate together. Like your favorite athlete or somebody just came into the room, or your favorite person scored a touchdown, or maybe some of you don't like sports, but can we celebrate when I tell you? Listen, less than 2 weeks ago, there were 2 Spanish-speaking guys who came in not knowing Jesus, but when they left, they knew Jesus because Pastor Emer. Can we celebrate together? Hey, if you're online, put in the chat, there are 2 new people in heaven because of a faithful servant in Pastor Emer. So good. And there was rejoicing in heaven.